Rivals Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Deep Dive, brought to you by Rivals Radio, right here on the Rivals Broadcast Network. Today, we are diving straight into Week 1, all the surprises, the big wins, and then we'll look ahead to Week 2. We've got all the essential insights, the data straight from the league front office, so you can get caught up fast on what really matters. The season's just starting, but the drama, it's already here. Rivalry's heating up. So Week 1 is done. And wow, what a start, right?
Oh, yeah. Some really dominant performances, teams making statements, and then, some big upsets that just kind of flip the script from the preseason talk. It definitely set a tone.
Okay, let's not waste any time then. Let's dig into the action game by game. What's the league intel telling us? Where do we start?
All right, let's break it down. Monday kicked things off, setting the pace. We had Texas against Cincinnati. Texas got the win, 25-17. But that score, a bit closer than maybe some expected.
Oh, why is that?
Well, the front office reports highlighted Cincinnati's defensive line. They were surprisingly disruptive, actually forced Texas to adjust, rely more on the pass than maybe they wanted. Showed some early grit from Texas to pull it out, though.
Okay, interesting. And the other Monday game?
That was Michigan versus FCS East. And Michigan they dominated 37-3.
Right. FCS teams, often those early tune-up games.
Exactly. And Michigan used it to make a statement. Their defense, especially that revamped D-line, was all over them. Constant pressure. Looked like a potential championship unit even that early.
A powerhouse showing for Michigan for sure. That defensive line insight is key. Okay, Tuesday's thrillers. Did that dominance continue?
Tuesday, yeah, more the same, really. Powerful teams just rolling. The offense was pretty staggering in these ones. Louisville crushed FCS West, 41-6. Reports say they established the run early, just like they planned in the offseason, made quick work of it.
41-6, solid.
And then Florida State, wow, they put up 59 against Rutgers, 59-3.
59.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the points. The lead metrics showed their red zone efficiency was like 90%. Incredible. When they got close, they schooled. Speaks volumes about their offensive execution.
90% efficiency in the red zone.
Yeah.
It's clinical. Okay, Wednesday. More big scores, or did things tighten up a bit?
Wednesday saw NC State handle FCS Southeast pretty comfortably, 35-3. They got the job done efficiently. Word is their tight ends were creating some real mismatches.
Okay.
Then Ohio State, number 1, coming into the week, they played Hawaii, won that one 23-6.
23-6. Not quite the blowout
Right.
like Florida State, but a solid win.
Right. Not as flashy, maybe, but the league reports pointed to their discipline. Very few penalties. That's often a sign of a really well-coached top team, especially in week 1. They stayed undefeated, even if they weren't flooring it the whole game.
So top teams flexing their muscles, showing that efficiency. But Thursday sounds like where things got really interesting, didn't it?
Yeah, Thursday. This is where the narrative really took a turn. We got our first major upset. Sent some shockwaves for sure.
Okay, let's hear it.
Notre Dame, they stunned Florida 26-3.
Wow. Florida was ranked pretty high, weren't they? Top 10.
Exactly.
Right.
Top 10 team. And Notre Dame, their defense, it was just brilliant. Completely shut down that Florida offense. The official stats, they really highlight Florida's struggles, especially on third down. Couldn't convert.
26-3, that is a statement. A huge shakeup.
Absolutely. That's a result people will be talking about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Texas A&M beat San Diego State 27-3. Showed some good defensive depth there.
Notre Dame over Florida.
Yeah,
that really fires things up, makes you rethink things. What about Friday? Any more surprises or big statements?
Friday had a couple more decisive wins, but maybe with some interesting notes. Georgia Tech put up huge numbers on FCS West, 66-13.
66. Goodness.
Yeah, the intel suggests they really opened up the playbook. Lots of new designs could make them, a much tougher team to prepare for this year.
Okay. Something to watch.
And then we had a ranked matchup. LSU versus North Carolina. LSU took that one 38-14. Showed why they were ranked higher, really. Decisive win.
Yeah.
Their defensive pressure forced a lot of mistakes, turnovers. The D-line really controlled that game.
LSU looking strong. Okay, that brings us to Saturday. Always a packed slate.
Yeah.
What were the big stories there? Any other slugfests or hidden gems the front office is buzzing about?
Saturday was, a full day, lots of games. Some expected results, a few closer ones. Maryland shut out Eastern Michigan 56-0. Just a complete defensive masterclass. Their pass rush was relentless.
56-0. Wow.
Then Liberty beat FCS West 19-0. Kind of low scoring, but strong defense again. South Carolina handled FCS East 37-0. Looked balanced on offense. Oklahoma State ground out a 26-10 win over Florida Atlantic.
Gotcha. Keep going.
Minnesota dominated FCS Northwest 37-3. Then Coastal Carolina had a nail-biter against FCS West, won 23-20. Closer than expected maybe, but showed some toughness.
Okay, close one there.
Oklahoma looked really strong against Utah, won 31-3, played well in all three phases. And San Jose State beat Kansas 19-7, kind of solidifying their potential early on.
So a lot of teams getting wins, but that Notre Dame upset, that really feels like the headline from week one.
Oh,
right?
no, absolutely. That's the one that changed the conversation. Big wins elsewhere, sure, but that upset over Florida, that's the narrative changer.
Incredible first week. You see the big scores, the dominance, and then that shocker. It really shows you the stakes here.
Yeah.
So after all that, the upsets, the blowouts, the landscape has definitely shifted. What's the latest from the front office on the top 25 for week 2? How's it look now?
Yeah, it's a whole new picture. Week 1 really shuffled the deck, and your new number 1 team is Clemson.
Clemson jumps to number 1.
Yep, they surged to the top. Apparently had a really impressive, efficient win, even though it wasn't televised. The league office clearly liked what they saw. Right behind them, Ohio State holds at 2. Oklahoma moves up to 3. Michigan up to 4 after those big wins. Penn State rounds out the top 5.
Okay, so Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Michigan, Penn State. Strong top 5.
Definitely. Then you've got NC State at 6, Georgia 7, USC 8, all looking solid. Texas is up to 9 after that tough win. Pittsburgh cracks the top 10 at number 10.
Good jump for Texas.
Then it's LSU at 11, Indiana 12, Oregon 13, SMU 14, TCU 15, Alabama sitting at 16, and Florida. Despite that loss, they only dropped to 17.
Still 17th. Interesting. Guess there's still respect there.
Yeah, maybe a sign they're expected to bounce back.
Yeah.
Tulane is 18, Washington 19, Auburn 20, California 21, North Carolina 22, UCLA 23, Boston College 24, and Utah hangs on at 25 after that loss to Oklahoma.
So the big takeaway is week 1 really did start to separate teams, huh?
Absolutely. Showed who came ready to play and maybe who has some things to figure out.
Unbelievable shifts. Clemson number 1, Florida hanging in.
Oh.
It really sets the stage. Now, speaking of standouts, who's already making noise in the Heisman race? Any early favorites based on what the league scouts are seeing?
Oh yeah, the Heisman watch is already buzzing after just 1 week. Some guys put up some pretty incredible performances. You know, for those who might not follow super closely, that's the big award, most outstanding player.
Right. Who's on the early list?
Based on the internal league metrics, the early frontrunners are Burt Bean, quarterback from Michigan. Looked absolutely locked in. Reports say his command of the new offense, making reads, extending plays. He looked fantastic. Potential for a huge year.
Oh, okay. Bean from Michigan.
Right there with him, Reno Hightower, the QB from Texas, showed real poise leading them to that win, especially against that Cincy pressure. And another Michigan guy, Keon Hunter, the halfback, just electric. Breaking tackles, explosive runs. He's already a problem for defenses.
2 Michigan guys right off the bat. Impressive.
Yeah. And rounding out the early top 5, Axel Hillcox, QB for South Carolina, showed great accuracy, quick release. And Freddie Mallett, QB for Missouri, his ability to make plays outside the pocket really caught some eyes. These guys are already showing that special talent.
Only week 1, and these guys are already looking like potential stars. Love seeing that player development shine through. Okay, so with the new rankings, the Heisman buzz, what's coming up in week 2? What are the big tests? Where could we see more shakeups? What are the matchups you're really watching?
All right, get ready. Week 2 brings a whole new slate of challenges, schedules packed, some really key games to watch. Monday kicks off with number 3 Oklahoma taking on Syracuse at 6 p.m. That's a big one for OU. Prove they deserve that ranking against a team that could be tricky, you know. Play spoiler.
Right, need to avoid a letdown.
Then after that, Missouri versus Kansas at 8 p.m. Always intense, that rivalry. Doesn't matter the rankings.
Okay, so Oklahoma tested early. What about Tuesday?
Tuesday, Liberty plays James Madison at 6 p.m. Then number 9, Texas is back at it, facing Arizona State at 8 p.m. Another test for Texas. Build on week 1, show that offensive consistency against a solid opponent.
Texas getting tested again. Good.
Wednesday, South Carolina plays Ball State at 6 p.m. And then Notre Dame, fresh off that huge win, they play Virginia Tech at 8 p.m.
Ah, the follow-up game.
Yeah,
Crucial.
exactly. Can they prove week 1 wasn't a fluke? Is that defense for real? Virginia Tech will push them. Huge game for Notre Dame's momentum. Thursday, Coastal Carolina plays Akron at 6, and then Southern Miss travels to number 8 USC at 8 p.m.
USC needs to be careful there.
Definitely. Southern Miss might be sneaky good. USC needs full focus. Can't overlook them.
Got it. Keep an eye on that one. Friday, more ranked teams.
You bet. Friday night, Delaware is at number 6, NC State at 6 p.m. Then number 7, Georgia hosts Missouri State at 8 p.m. Both NC State and Georgia, they'll be looking to just handle their business, avoid any slip-ups, solidify those top 10 spots. League office watching how they maintain focus.
Right, avoid the upset bug. And then the big Saturday. What are the highlights there for?
So Saturday, starts early. 8 a.m. Texas A&M versus Marshall. 9 a.m. Louisville versus Virginia. 10 a.m. Georgia Tech versus Bowling Green. Then 11 a.m. Louisiana takes on number 2 Ohio State.
Can anyone challenge Ohio State's discipline? That's the question. That's what everyone wants to see. Noon, FCS East at Florida State. FSU looking to keep that offensive machine rolling.
And the nightcap.
The big one, primetime, 8 p.m., Houston versus number 4, Michigan.
Ooh, that's a great matchup.
Absolutely. Houston's always tough. This is a much bigger test for Michigan than week 1. This game could really tell us a lot about their championship hopes. Definitely one you don't want to miss.
Houston versus Michigan? Wow. Yeah, this is where the season really starts taking shape, isn't it? You see who steps up in these kinds of games. The intensity is just going to keep climbing. These insights from the league are going to be vital.
For sure. And hey, as we go deeper into the season, we'll bring you even more. Starting next week, we're going to dive into stat leaders, conference standings, all that good stuff. Get you the full picture, all based on that internal league data. You'll know who's really dominating. That sounds great. So that's the scoop, everyone. This league, it's more than just football games, right? It's rivalries, player growth, constant drama. Make sure you're following the league's social media, subscribe for all the updates. You won't want to miss anything. And definitely catch those Week 2 games.
Thanks for tuning in and doing this deep dive with us today from Rivals Radio here on the Rivals Broadcast Network.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. And as we look ahead, I'm wondering, who is the next Heisman contender we haven't even talked about yet? Who emerges this week? And which unranked team pulls off the next big surprise? The next Notre Dame. The story's just getting started, and we'll be right here to break it all down for you.
It's Rivals Radio.